but I feel like it is in terms of like building assets and working amongst each other. That's the only way that we can close that gap, and it's like 12 times different. So I feel like wealth is pretty much establishing assets and letting your assets pay for, your lifestyle. Without assets paying for your lifestyle, you really going to run into cycles that's really not for you. It's more of you're going to be paycheck to paycheck, or you're going to depend on like that stream. So I feel like if you don't establish assets to take care of you through multiple streams of income, then you won't ever live the American dream, as they say.
There is something special inside you.
Welcome to GNG Podcast with your host, speaker, best-selling author, Chaz Jackson.
Yo, what's going on, kings and queens? It's your boy Chaz Jackson coming back to you once again, representing GNG Gift and a Gift. Hey, I personally want to take the time to tell each and every one of you, thank you for giving me your eyes and your ears once again. It's ready to dive deep into some inspiration that I pray will plant like a seed in your mind and assist you in becoming a greater version of yourselves. So I hope you guys are locked and loaded for this episode. We got my guy, Andre Henry. He is in the building, ready to enhance our financial perspectives today as we dive deep on the theme, wealth building mindset. So go and grab your pen, your paper. Like I said, get locked and loaded. You guys are in for a treat. I want to go over the mission statement of this platform before we dive deeper into this episode. And it's to provide tips and techniques for young men as they strive to grow in personal development and leadership. And I want to give you guys a daily challenge of becoming a passionate visionary who was determined to leave a legacy for themselves by adopting unwavering life values and serving others in the area of gifting led by God. So that is the mission that we're on, GNG Podcast. And hey, we are all gifted differently to make a difference. And guess what? No one is too small to be a difference maker right now. So my guy, Andre Henry, hey, he is doing some amazing things of helping people grow in financial literacy, and he is on GNG Podcast. Are you ready to get it, King?
Yeah, let's get it, Chaz. I appreciate you having me, man. I look forward to this, man. You know how we get busy, so I'm happy we was able to link and just talk on different subjects.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your time. And the audience so eager to learn more about you, Andre. Can you go into your story of how did you get to where you are, coming from orphan to a self-made millionaire, doing some amazing things on encouraging our young men to grow in financial literacy? Can you share your story with us?
Yeah, so my name is Andre Henry. I lost both of my parents by the age of 8. My mom passed in a car accident. I only met my father one time. I've been in and out of orphanages, like even my family, just through the space that my grandmom had in her house. So we had we was all in and out. Just coming up, I had it kind of hard versus other people. I really didn't have the guidance or the support that most people have in terms of, determining their future. I pretty much, grew into the individual that I am today. I was mentored by a lot of individuals like Damon John, Grant Cardone, Bob Proctor, Raymond Aaron, like a bunch of millionaires. And I pretty much start scoping and getting the mindset that I have now. Once, Damon John, I was a brand ambassador for Rise and Grind. And then it put me into the entrepreneur mindset. I always knew I wasn't going to be like the working type. Always knew I wanted to do something for myself. Over the time, I built relationships and, made strategic alliances with like the NASDAQ. I got partnership with them, ADP. I started my own college fund, the Dream Again education fund. So pretty much you put $10,000 in there today, it becomes $50,000 by the time your youth grows up. So,
Wow.
that's been like a big issue, like the issues within our community. I try to like tackle those issues and be like one of those individuals that actually come back to the community. I feel like a lot of people that made it, they shy away or they don't come back, and being one of the individuals that, I come from Section 8 and humble beginnings. I feel like I'm going to be that one that, reach the hand back and help those that's willing to, grab my hand. So I build different funds that help individuals from like a health or education standpoint, those two key components to, self-development. And I started self-directed funds. So individuals can write those off 100%, if they have any tax liability. And, Dream Again is my company. I'm the CEO. I took Martin Luther King's vision and turned it to a company. So Dream Again, the legacy is pretty much my foundation. I was influenced by those that, they was assassinated, things of that nature, but like they had a big influence on my life. Like I like Malcolm, Garvey, Selassie. And I'm real big on history. So I can tell you like our HBCUs is not really HBCUs because, the richest people in New York in 1905 went throughout the South and funded all the churches and schools. They used it for cheap labor. So like I'm real big on like our position in society.
When you say like, HBCUs, what are you entailing like there?
Spelman and Morehouse was funded by Rockefeller. Armstrong started Howard for his mulatto kids to go. There's only like one HBCU that's a real HBCU that was started by Black people and funded by Black people. Yeah, so like I'm real big on like why things occurred in our position in society. So at the same time, I take that mindset when I'm negotiating at tables to pretty much put us in a better position, going forward. That's why I started the Dream Again 529 Plan Education Fund or the Dream Again HSA account, because I know, it's going to give us a better position going into the future, like not the opportunities that we ain't have, but we can, build it on our kids' future. Because I feel like it's a lot of things in society that people are unaware about. Like I worked at JP Morgan for 2 years. I started trading there. Like people call me the Black because I just called the trade and I made $100K off of it in a day. So it's like,
wow.
I was working at JP Morgan though, and people got to understand my passion comes from working in that company. JP Morgan syndicated the loans that destroyed Africa, Latin America. Is the reason why we have ghettos. They bought the New York Times with the Osh family, so we wouldn't even know what they doing. So it's like I'm aware of that. Like I was working in there, I syndicated loans for them, and I saw it when they made the market crash in 2008. Wow. Like I was back. Like I'm reading and like understanding that, and from my humble beginnings, it's like they the reason for that corruption. And now like I understand that and I see it. So like I'm big on, making the difference from where I came from, like my roots. So I focus on that and I try to be an advocate of those beliefs because I know that, I can make a difference if I take the stance,
Dude, man, thank you so much for what you do. And that's one of the things that I was attracted to you because me, growing up from humble beginnings myself and getting to where God has me now, it's like, I'm at a point now, if Chaz can do it, you can do it. Thinking about those kids back home, and breaking those chains. And I know you are ultimate chain breaker, man. Based off of our environments and our circumstances, a lot of times that hope can be lost in our view, or our visions can be tainted, if that makes sense. So people like us, they're showing like, hey man, I came from that situation, it was tough. You have to grind, you have to work. But sometimes for our young people to see other Black men in the positions that we are in, they're like, man, I know if he can do it, I can do it. Andre can do it, I can do it. So thank you for what you do and how you are empowering people's mind. And it takes me into this next question. And I know the theme of our show is wealth building mindset. So I know you covered a lot of what you do, but when you hear that wealth building mindset, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
I mean, in terms of wealth, I feel like if you don't establish assets, you can't have wealth. I feel like we live in a capitalistic society. So with that in mind, we live in an earn and invest society. If you don't invest, then you never, invest, you got to invest in yourself, build up those assets. So like if your assets is not taking care of you within this society, you're going to live paycheck to paycheck. You're never going to really fulfill, you're never going to feel fulfilled like living here, because it's such, it's a lot of restrictions, being people of color or anybody, like white, like Caucasian individuals got 13.6 trillion spending power and like income to spending power. We have like 1.4 in the spending power. So it's just like they got that much of advantage when they go for credit lines. You could just do the difference off of like credit lines and things like that. So I feel like us as African American, or like wherever you come from. I mean, my people Jamaican, whatever. But I feel like it is in terms of like building assets and working amongst each other. That's the only way that we can close that gap, and it's like 12 times different. So I feel like wealth is pretty much establishing assets and letting your assets pay for, your lifestyle. Without assets paying for your lifestyle, you're really going to run into cycles that's really not for you. It's more of, you're going to be paycheck to paycheck, or, you're going to depend on like that stream. So I feel like if you don't establish assets to take care of you through multiple streams of income, then you won't ever, live the American dream, as they say.
Dude, thank you for diving deeper into that. And I know there's a young man. So this show is built on providing tips and techniques for young men as they strive to grow in personal development and leadership. And I know there's a young man that's listening right now, and he's wanting to know where to start. Is there a tip or technique that you can provide for that teenager that's listening right now? It's like, man, I have a little business that I'm working on as I'm in school, and I know I want to be an entrepreneur going forward and building wealth for myself, for my family, for the vision that God has given me. Is there a tip or technique that you can give them to get started right now?
To get started, I mean, being young, invest in a Roth IRA is one of the most powerful money market accounts. You only can put $6,000 in there a year, being young. If you 18, whatever, you only can put $6,000 in there, grow, like, invest in like a growth fund, buy DRIV. It's like electronic fund. Save it for your kids. It's going to grow. It's just like that growth ETF that's going to just grow over time and pay out a dividend. I got, CLM. I got to look them up, but like, just reach out to me. I'll give you all the dividend stocks that pay you monthly just to hold them. You just want to start your money market accounts, because if you look from 1915 to current day, the stock market is at like a 13 million % return. The dollar lost 97% of its value over the same time frame. So now, like just holding cash, like just telling you, like if you hold cash, you think people with cash got money, but like the cash lost its value. They stopped backing, currency by gold in 1970. Was that Reagan era or whatever? It's just like, money loses value every day. Like, remember when we was kids and, pretty much everything was like a quarter. As we got older, things that we bought for a quarter became $1. That's just inflation. If you're not getting like a 6% raise this year, you losing money. So you want to just invest your money into the money markets and then invest in your business. Like traveling is 100% write off. Eating out is 100% write off. Security is 100% write off. Your cell phone is 100% write off. That's just invest in your LLC and build on it, and just understand you want to work on your business while you working in your business. Cause it's like, I'm in my business, but I'm gonna work on it because I'm going to have an exit route for it. So keep that in mind and just invest in those money market accounts that's going to free you up. The HSAs, the Roth, the tax-free accounts. And it's going to, it's going to establish wealth, in the long run. Cause if you put 10,000 on Tesla in 2017, today it's you're a millionaire, it's that simple. So it's just just understand the power of just investing and just, keep investing in yourself, because no company really going to care about you. Target funds don't hit the target. If you do work at a company, just think of it this way. If I invest 12-15% into my 401k, I can roll it into that Roth account, or I can roll it into a self-directed account. If I got a friend like you, I can give you funds and defer the taxes in a self-directed account. The Roth account, I can buy more stocks and let it, grow tax-free. I don't got to tell the IRS about that. So it's just just keep in mind the strategies to exit your business and let your assets take care of you.
Man, thank you so much for providing that information. And whoever's listening right now, we would love to hear what tip of technique that you're going to establish and take from what Brother Andre has just provided for. So much gold given today, I'm telling you. And one of the things I took was assets. Without assets, you cannot establish wealth. So if that's what you're going to take, let us know. Drop it in the comments. And man, again, this has been phenomenal, Andre, man. I know there's somebody's listening right now, man. I gotta learn more about stocks. I gotta learn more about how I can take my funds and gain more capital, set my family up for a better position, set myself up for a better position. Can you provide your contact information? Also talk about a little bit, some things we got going moving forward in the rest of 2021 as we go into 2022. I can't believe October's almost over, man. It's nuts. But
yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's been a crazy year.
Share your contact information.
If you want this podcast, I'm gonna provide the link to Chaz so everybody can come in the investment chat room. You can pretty much sit in there and you can go back. I've been calling trades every day for the last 3 years. You can go back as far as you want. I promise you. I created an algorithm coming out the bank, so it don't miss. I promise you. I don't know. A stock went from $9 to $175 in a day. I made $100K off of one trade. But you can dreamagainthelegacy.com. You can pretty much, if you need business credit, I got partnerships with Divvy, 5-Star Processing. I got the Dream Again HSA Fund, the Dream Again Education Fund to help you just start investing in those wealth accounts. If you have any questions, you can reach out. Just hit up the contact page, orphanmillionaire.com. You can see my book, my upbringing. Just reach out. If you go to dreamagain_thelegacy.com, if you DM me, I'm open to talk to anybody. I feel like I just gotta be that individual that actually reach back, because I feel like a lot of them get to that pedestal and they just get bougie. I don't really feel them. I talk to them, but I know how they are. And it took me to get to a certain level for them to even have a conversation with them. And I just feel like I don't want to be like that. If you reach out to me on any of my platforms, I'm gonna reach back and I help you the best way I can.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man, for your time, your effort, and just being here on GNG podcast. It means so much to me and my audience, and so much value. Like I said, it's been given. I can tell that you care, you value, you serve your people. And man, I wish I can clone you, man, and create a million of you. You know what I mean? But hey, man, we're gonna take it one day at a time. Iron sharpens iron. That's why we come together and create these type of platforms to be able to reach others, and so they can light someone else's candle, if that makes sense. So, and we'll keep lighting each other and inspiring each other. But man, I'm gonna lead us out. I told each and every one of you this episode was going to be epic. Again, drop in the comments, share this out as you see fit, as anyone that you feel needs to grow in financial literacy. But again, I want you to stay up with GNG. More episodes coming soon. I want you to do two things for me. Keep that crown on your heart. And please remember this. We are God's echo. I love each and every one of you. Peace.
Thank you for listening to GNG Podcast. Remember, you are gifted differently to make a difference. Please visit ChazJacksonSpeaks.org and let's continue to grow together. God bless.